a habit of prayer. Not just prayer. You've heard everything about prayer. And if you've been careful to listen to what I've been saying, especially this month, we want to pray in a manner that we change lives. For example, we begin with ourselves. We begin by changing ourselves. Your prayer must change you. Can you say, my prayer must change me? Does your prayer change you? Have you ever prayed a prayer that, I'm not talking about a prayer for what you want. I want school fees. Lord, please look for me school fees. God, I want a job. You know, those ones are very common prayers. God, heal me, I am sick. I'm not talking about that kind of prayer. I'm talking a kind of prayer in which you can turn your life around. You can turn your family around. You can turn the town around. A prayer that changes everything. Beginning with you, your family, your church, your town, and everything. I'm talking about that kind of prayer. It is not a one-off thing. When I say one-off, you come today and then you come after sometimes, might be 3-4 months. Kumbe niliacha kuomba. You know the way many believers say, and I know you're used to this talk that people say, I used to pray. Used to pray. Meaning now that person is not praying. I used to pray. And I don't think that person was intentional. Now as you're sitting here, my prayer is God will give you grace to pray by the time July is over. Yeah, you just go and pray. These days I have the grace. Grace comes to pray any time of the day, any time of the night, and I just wake up and go and speak in tongues for 1 hour. If I want to sleep, I sleep. This morning I was here by 3, prayed for an hour. You just wake up and you don't want to feel like sleeping. And then you come and pray. And then you can rest. Even in a day. Yesterday I was here twice. In fact, thrice. You came here at 9. At Acacia. At 12. Then at 6. How many times of prayer? Yesterday 3 times. And it is a practice that we should do. It is in the Bible, for your information. There are 8 watches of prayer. 4 at night, 4 during the day. And I don't want to touch about that, because this thing has to become a habitual way of praying. And for believers, ordinary believers, at least of the 8, you must pray 3 times. For when I talk about ordinary, for anybody who is, although when you begin praying 3 times a day, God will single you out among the people and He will use you. One of the things that prayer does, it makes God interested in you. And if there is anything God wants to do, He will consider you the first person to pray, to use. Yeah, if you want to use anybody, He's looking around. I listened to this man called Arome Osai. He said, we just decided to pray with some few people. He went to work in some town. And so some youths joined him. They began praying until they were anointed. And God told them, my voice is not in these other churches where prayer is not happening. My voice is with you who is praying and listening to me. You can imagine. If you choose to pray, God will be interested in your life. God can't do anything unless somebody begins praying. This is a statement made by John Wesley. It seems God is limited by our prayer life, that he can do nothing for humanity unless someone asks him. You are not praying is limiting God to come into your life. And I think it's a good place to begin as a youth.